Okay, everyone, settle down. Attention, everyone, please. We're going to get going here. Would any of the judge candidates come up? And while you're making your way up here, we'll welcome everybody. For those of you new to this event, and it's been so long that it seems like it's been forever, this is our call for candidates. So tonight's event, we'll have the incumbents and any registered candidates are welcome to speak, but also and importantly, anybody that's just thinking of running, like Jim was a few hours ago. But this is a place you can test to see how nervous you'll be in front of a crowd, how crazy you are. And I did talk to Sloan this morning. He said he will not be here today, a resident lunatic. But he did not rule out coming back. So he said his dreams tonight will dictate where things go. Swear to God. Yes. So. And while the judges are coming up, is Tim Koenig, is Tim here? Has anybody seen Tim? Okay, well, we got some judges. Hold by, Jason. We also have one last thing. We have a membership table over by the normal entrance of Salute. We are a volunteer organization, so please join. It keeps you on the membership list and allows us to do these type of things. All right, well, if Tim's not here, Tim is a circuit judge. He's up for election. Is there anybody looking to run for circuit judge? All right, then we will move down to the county judges. So, well, Sharon, since you're going to be a smart ass, Judge Sharon Hamilton can come on up and tell us what you're thinking, Sharon. So,
I had to give him a hard time when he said, let's go down now to the county judges. Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. I'm Judge Sharon Hamilton, and I have been honored to serve our county for the last 5 years as a county court judge. For those of you who know Judge Tomey, his shoes have been very hard to fill. In fact, impossible for me to fill. He has very large feet. In all seriousness, I am humbled by the confidence that the chief judges of our circuit have had in my experience and my judicial demeanor to have appointed me on my first day in office some very important circuit level cases, including dependency cases where children have been abandoned, abused, or neglected, unified family court cases, domestic violence cases, probate, and mental health cases. My term has been an interesting one with Hurricane Irma and COVID. I continue to learn every day, and I wish to continue to serve the people of Monroe County, and I thank you for your continued support.
Thank you, Sharon. And Sharon did set a great example of time. Everybody has about 2 minutes. We've said before that can be very, very quick or an eternity. So, but because we have so many people, try to keep it around 2 minutes. So that was group 3. Is anybody looking to run against Sharon out there that would like to speak? She's all happy back there now. So we'll move to group 3. I know I talked to Al Kelly and Jason, so Al, why don't you come up? Oh, group 1, I'm sorry, that was group 3. This is County Judge Group 1. Al?
I want to thank Hometown for hosting this event. My name is Al Kelly, and I'm running for County Court Judge Group 1. To me, County Court is the most important part of our court system. We call it the People's Court for a reason. County Court judges hear 10 times as many civil cases and 4 times as many criminal cases as a circuit court does. And most of the people who come before a County Court judge are unrepresented and don't understand the system. I've spent my entire legal career explaining the law to people in a way that makes sense to them. I taught law for 3 years at St. Leo University. I've written over 500 newspaper columns on the law, and I've published 5 law books. I've practiced law for 32 years here in Monroe County. I've prosecuted and defended criminal cases. I've represented both plaintiffs and defendants in civil matters. I've handled contracts, corporations, landlord-tenant eviction matters, small claims, collections, probate, foreclosure. Pretty much any type of case that would come before me as a county court judge, I have experience in. And that diversity is important because the majority of cases that a judge handles are civil, not criminal. So while it's important that I have experience on both sides of a criminal trial, it's equally important to have experience with collections, small claims, and eviction matters. Now my experience also goes into the court system. For the last 7 years, I've been a magistrate, both in Key West and in Marathon, for Judge Koenig, Judge Fowler, and Judge Becker. For the last 14 years, I've been a Supreme Court certified mediator. I serve on the 16th Judicial Circuit Court's Pro Bono Committee, and I'm the vice chairman of the 16th Judicial Circuit Court's Professionalism Panel. I believe the totality of my experience makes me uniquely qualified for this position. The people of Monroe County deserve a judge who will treat them with respect, listen to them impartially, rule fairly based on the law, and explain their rulings appropriately. I promise to be that judge. I ask you to vote for Albert Kelly, County Court Judge, August 23rd. Thank you.
Great job until you broke the mic out. Okay, next up, Jason Smith. Jason.
Good evening, everybody. My name is Jason Smith, and I'm running also to be your next county court judge, Group 1. I'm ready from day one to take the bench and offer you fairness and impartiality. I have a passion for justice, and I have a passion for improving our court system. My experience is that I have tried over 50 felony cases. I'm qualified statutorily to handle death penalty cases. I'm one of the few people, or one of the few attorneys in the Keys that is able to do that. I have a great experience with dealing with a diverse clientele and also dealing with diverse cases. Not only criminal cases, I've handled dozens of misdemeanor cases. I've handled dozens, if not hundreds, of family law cases. I also had the contract to do child support enforcement, which is a quasi-magistrate position where you deal directly with a lot of people. The one thing that a county court judge or any judge has to do is it has to assess the credibility of people coming before them. And I'm uniquely qualified in doing this as I've represented flesh and blood people who have been looking at perhaps their life being taken away, their liberty being taken away, their rights being taken away, and property being taken away. In order for a county judge to do that, we have most of the people that come before us are not represented, at least on the civil side. And so what we have to do is treat everyone with respect. All parties need to be held accountable for their actions in an impartial manner, and they also have to be dealt with equality. We have, in our country and under our Constitution, we have equal justice under the law. And in this case, in these cases, what we do as judges, the most significant work that we do is we draw the most important lines that any society can draw. That is well, if you want to get more information from me, go to my website, www.jasonforjudge, or my Facebook page, Jason R. Smith for County Court Judge, or call me 305-747-2926. Don't forget, vote August 23rd, Jason Smith, County Court Judge, for experience, for accountability, and for equality for all. Thank you.
Thank you, Jason. Anyone else for judge? Running for judge? You have to be a lawyer. It's one of the few races you actually do have to be a practicing attorney to run it. So, okay. Well, the Keys Energy people come up. Mona, I know you're out there. While Mona's making her way to the stage, can you hear us okay in the back? Good. If you can, it's because of this young lady here, Kelly Friend, who's been... Avian Paradise has been doing our sound for 15 years, I think. And if you need any high-end stereo work done in your house, you know, the TVs that go up and down, she can do all that stuff. Mona, I know you're here. Greg Davila or Steve Wells? Huh? Oh, here she comes. All right. Mona, thank you for saving me.
Good evening. My name is Mona C. Clark, for those of you who do not know me or know my name. I am running for re-election to the Utility Board. I am humbled to have and been honored to have served this important board since 2004. It's a privilege, and I am committed to my community as always. I'm committed to making sure that the quality of life, and you know that electric is very important to the quality of life for everyone. I'm committed to ensuring that we have reliable electric at a reasonable cost, safely. That commitment will continue. It's been my motto, my commitment since the beginning. So I'm here this evening to seek humbly your continued support of me for this office, your continued support, and your vote. And I thank you once, I thank you twice, I thank you 3 times. So good evening, and thank you again.
Thank you, Mona. Is there anybody else running for any of the Keys Energy seats that would like to speak? Okay, we're going to shift gears dramatically here and move up to the U.S. House of Representatives. The congressman had planned on being here, but the budget vote evidently has gotten quite tight. We're doing something we've never done before. It's going to work fantastic. And Nicole Rapanos is the congressman's aide. She has a pre-recorded 2-minute message, and I'm going to let her be Vanna and hold it up here. It's going to get even better as we do something next, right, Kim? Yes. Okay. Nicole?
So it was 3 minutes and 45 seconds in typical politician fashion, so it was cut down to 2 minutes, Todd. Can I restart it?
Florida's 26th congressional district. The most important job that I have in Congress is fighting for you every day, helping South Floridians navigate the thicket of the Washington bureaucracy to make sure that you get the help, the benefits, and the assistance that you deserve. Every single one of you deserve to have a seat at the table and your voices be well represented in Washington. The last year has certainly brought challenges, but I have never let those challenges get in the way of fighting for you. In my time in Congress, I've tackled several issues facing our country, ones that have threatened to make our families, our communities, to serve my community as a firefighter, as mayor of Miami-Dade County, and now as your congressman.
Thank you, Congressman Jimenez and Nicole. Kim Denny Highsmith, do you have? Okay, now we have something, this is even newer. We have, is she there? We have State Senator Ana Maria Rodriguez, live from Tallahassee, and we're gonna do that while we got her on the line. She's in, no. You're on, Ana Maria.
Thank you, Todd. Good evening, everyone. My name is Ana Maria Rodriguez, and I have the honor and the privilege of serving as your state senator for District 39, which, as you all know, includes all of Monroe County and western portions of Miami-Dade County. I'm a lifelong Florida resident. I live in Homestead, and I just absolutely love being a part of the fabric of our community in South Florida. I'm very proud, as I said, to serve all of the Florida Keys, and with that comes the great responsibility of making sure that we protect our environmental resources as well as our quality of life, which is very special. I have the privilege of serving alongside Jim Mooney, our state representative, who is also here in Tallahassee, and unfortunately, neither of us are actually able to be there tonight, but I appreciate the opportunity to have this chance to speak with you by phone. We have a great track record over our last 2 years representing Monroe County in Tallahassee. With that, I can cite numerous examples of things that we've accomplished for Monroe County, including numerous funding projects that we've secured through our efforts through the appropriations process. The biggest one that I'd like to highlight today is the $20 million that we were able to secure for the Florida Keys Stewardship Act. And as many of you may know, it is very difficult to secure that funding. In previous years, we've gotten perhaps some money, but not a lot. And that's something that I'm very proud of. In addition to that, in this particular legislative session, we just passed an anchoring bill, which was very important to the county, as well as the city of Key West and the Fish and Wildlife Commission.
You gotta wrap up your thoughts, Ana Maria.
Yes, I just want to thank you again for the opportunity to serve. I'm here for you. I listen to all of my constituents. Again, very honored to be in this position and look forward to hearing from all of you in the very near future. Thank you again for the opportunity, Todd.
Thank you.
Okay, well, that wasn't so bad. It's better than not having her here. And a clarification in that when we were setting these dates, it's hard to make everything work. And session was still in, and we wanted to have them at least have the opportunity to speak and let you guys listen to them. So I got a little ahead of myself. Is there anybody looking to run for U.S. House of Representatives other than the congressman? How about state senate? All right, well, Kim is going to get Jim Mooney on the phone. I'm going to bring up Tom McDonald and Mr. Goodman, for mosquito control. Phil, come on up. Phil first and then Tom.
Todd. Oh, there's somebody else that's running. I'm sorry, somebody else that's running for House Rep. But that's not
Oh,
what you're
is there?
State, for
No.
state. That's right.
Yes. Okay, good. See, I got this. Phil, come on up. But thank you. Phil?
I'm Phil Goodman. I'm the Commissioner for District 2 and Chairman of the Board of the Florida Keys Mosquito Control District. Mosquito control is a very vital part of life in the Florida Keys. We're very fortunate to have one of the top-rated mosquito control districts in the country here. And I'm running on my record of what we've done in the past, what's in my tenure on the Mosquito Control Board concerning science and technology, concerning protecting our environment, and also offering real value for your tax dollars. You know, we're not perfect at mosquito control, but the fact that the Florida Keys are now a year-round tourist destination, and the fact that property values are through the roof, mosquito control is a very important part of that formulation here in the Keys. And But we're not done yet. We have some more things to do. One of the most important thing that we're doing now is trying to control the Aedes aegypti mosquito, which is our public health concern here in the Florida Keys. And I'm a chemist. I spent my entire career in the chemical industry, in business and the private sector. And chemicals just do not work on the Aedes aegypti mosquito. So for the last several years, we have been working, evaluating some non-chemical solutions to the Aedes aegypti problem, and we're making great progress. And I really believe within the next several years, we'll be able to control the Aedes aegypti mosquito here in the Florida Keys far greater than we've ever thought possible. And as a scientist and a chemist, I would like to see this carried to conclusion if I'm so honored to be reelected. And I ask for your continued support. Phil Goodman, Mosquito Control District 2. Thank you very much.
Thanks, Phil. Tom, you want to come on up? Oh, wait, before I do, is there anybody looking to run for Phil's seat? Right. Hearing none, Tom.
Well, my name is Tom McDonald, and I'm running for re-election in Mosquito Control District 5. And the only reason I'm running for re-election is because we have a really good board, we're doing a good job, and I might disagree with Phil, we are perfect. Anyway, I support Phil all of the way, and I want you to continue to support this group. We're doing a great job, and I donate 30 seconds to John Dick.
Thank you, Tom, and no, John, you can't have the extra time. So, is there anybody looking to run against Tom for mosquito control? All right, well then we once again go to Tallahassee with Representative Jim Mooney. Jim?
Are we ready? Okay. Hi, guys. Representative Mooney here, Jim Mooney. As you all know me, and I tell you, after being up here in Tallahassee since the better part of September, October, November, December, and all the way till now, that rooster sounded really good. just as a side note. Well, I honestly, I'm sorry we couldn't be there, but we're in the middle of budget conference in the last week of our session. I've been very fortunate to the last 2 years to serve on some incredible committees, most of which are directly related to infrastructure, tourism, and the environment. State affairs, environmental agriculture, flooding, early learning, finance and facilities, infrastructure, tourism, secondary, post-secondary education, and of course the state legislative redistricting subcommittee this year. What I've learned in the last 2 years is that, you know, hard work, getting to know everybody on the floor, everybody in this house, 120 people, same first name representative, has been an honor to serve you. And I've done my best to work across party lines, and when it's important to deal with what's necessary. I stood up for Key West, obviously, in the Port Bill. I was the only one to actually debate that on the floor, but at the end of the day, it's been an honor working for the citizens of Monroe County and House District 120, and I certainly would look for your support in the future. And I'd like to think that when you hear things about me up here, that I served you with respect and dignity, because when I stand up and debate on the floor, I'm not talking from my heart, I'm talking from your heart. I always make sure that I speak to the citizens of Monroe County and the district. First and foremost, I put my personal agenda aside, as I always have in local government, and I will continue to fight for local government. We have some ugly bills out there right now that are not pretty for our county and cities. But again, I look forward to your support in the upcoming election, and if there's anything you need, please feel free to call me and my legislative staff, my district secretaries. I have a wonderful team around me. And again, thank you for your support. Thank you for putting me here in Tallahassee to represent you, and I will continue to do that with respect and honor on your part.
Thank you.
That's the last of those, but again, I hope you understand, and our subsequent events will all only be live. We won't allow that for any of our debates or anything like this. It was sort of a unique situation. I know there are a couple of opponents to Jim that are here tonight. Adam? Adam, why don't you come up first? Introduce yourself.
Hi everybody, my name is Adam Gentle. I'm a Democrat, and I am running to represent all of us in Florida's House, District 120. I live in Big Coppet, and like everybody here, I think I can say that I love where I live. This is a beautiful paradise that we have. Now, I'm gay. I didn't think that this was going to be an issue in this campaign, and I certainly didn't think it was something that I would have to say. But right now, literally, in Tallahassee, our legislature is debating a bill that will stigmatize and harm our LGBTQ youth, taking away what for many of them is the only place where they feel safe, their classroom. The ability to talk openly about who they are with their teachers and administrators so they can get the help and resources they need. This is being ripped away, and it's tragic, and it shouldn't be happening. Now, what we could be doing right now in Tallahassee is talking about the affordable housing crisis that we have in the state of Florida, and in Monroe County in particular. So our workforce has a place to live. What we could be doing in Tallahassee right now is talking about our soaring housing insurance rates, making it unaffordable for many people to live here. What we could be doing in Tallahassee right now is fighting for our environment, which is hanging on a nice edge, and we don't have much more time. But no, our legislature has decided to engage in culture wars, taking away women's access to reproductive health, taking away our right to vote, and slowly but diligently chipping away at home rule, which I think is one of the most important parts of our Florida Constitution. When I'm in Tallahassee, these are the things that I will be fighting for, not stigmatizing a vulnerable community. Thank you. My name is Adam Gentle, and I hope I can count on your support.
Nice job, Em. Nice job, Em. Daniel. Oh, you've done this before.
Hello, everyone. My name is Daniel Horton Diaz. Many of you know me as Dan. 6 years ago, I stood on this stage. This was my first political campaign speech. Was hometown at Salute. You woo now. I had practiced my speech, and I had gotten it down to about 10 minutes. I walk in, and I hear Todd go, all right, all the candidates have 2 minutes. I almost died right here of a heart attack. But I got up here, I shook it off, and I told everyone here that if you gave me the chance to elect you in Tallahassee, I would fight for you, that your issues mattered to me, and more importantly, that I work hard. And I have done that. 6 years later, I've worked in the state Senate as a legislative aide. I worked under Congresswoman Debbie Mukersol Powell as her district chief of staff for this district. And more importantly, and I've also become a dad. I've become a husband. I've done a lot of things in my life that I'm proud of. And it's made me start to think about the importance of legacy. And I believe that this community has a legacy to leave. And I know that my legacy wants to be as a good dad, a good husband, someone that really did the work as a true public servant. But the reality is that Tallahassee is keeping this community from being able to write its own legacy. The LGBTQ youth bill is awful. Affordable housing is something that was an issue 6 years ago, and it's only gotten worse. Now we're losing even mooring. You can't even live out on the hook. They're cutting half of that out. So if you want policy, you can go to my website. It's danielforflorida.com. I don't usually make pledges, but there is one thing that I'm going to make a pledge for tonight. The preemption bill for home rule has probably been the biggest attack on Key West that I've ever seen. And the reality is that if a city and a community is going to leave their legacy, they have to have the power to make the decisions that will write that legacy. And so what I'm going to do when I go up to Tallahassee as your state representative, I'm going to introduce a bill that will repeal the preemption bill that they passed in this last legislative session. Not only will I introduce a repeal, I will build a coalition of Democrats and Republicans that support local home rule, and I will make sure that we do everything in our power to get that passed. Daniel Horton Diaz, I'm a Democrat running for the State House of Representatives in 120. I hope I can count on your support and your vote. Thank you.
Thank you, Daniel. Anybody else looking to run for State House? I know there are some other candidates that have announced. All right, let's move on to the County Commission. We'll start up the Keys, District 5. The appointee is Holly Rashine, who's walking this way. While she's making her way here, and Jose Peixoto, you'll be right after her. If you would, when you have some time, post yourself, do a Facebook, Instagram links. Say where you are. Build it up a little bit. We got the poster out there. And you can, and join Hometown because we need the money. Yeah. I'll stop blathering and bring Holly up. Holly?
Thank you so much, Todd, and happy Hometown Pack Monday. You know, it's the best 2 minutes in local politics and baseball, so we're very grateful to be having the event. Yes, best 2 minutes. Well, I certainly didn't anticipate being up here back in public service so soon. As you all know, we lost the late, great Mike Forrester, and the governor appointed me to fill his seat. And you know, I appreciate Jose's passion, but representing this amazing, incredibly challenging and unique and beautiful place takes certain qualities. And those qualities are things like knowledge, knowing the issues. They take dedication. I spent the better part of my adult career in this community in certain capacities, whether legislative aid, as your state representative for 8 very proud years, and now as your county commissioner. And why are we doing this? You know, I've raised my family here. You all know I have Drake. My 10-year-old son goes to Key Largo School. And here we find ourselves in a very peculiar situation as a community. And I have learned so much in the 5 or 6 months that I've been there. And whether you're talking about the county, maybe improving our county, I'm sure you all have done some business back in your day with the county, and you probably have some ideas on how we can improve that. Resiliency. You know, not only are we ground zero for sea level rise and other things that come along with a changing planet, but we are going to be the model for the state of Florida when it comes to resiliency projects and a plan. And then secondly, we've already heard it tonight, and that's with workforce housing. You don't know how many times we've heard from our constituents about workforce housing, from our business owners that can't keep employees. That's something that we really need to get down to. Oh, wrapping it up. So, with that, sorry, that 2 minutes went by so fast. With that, I want to tell you that I am committed to this community. You will get that out of Holly Rothschein. I ask for your vote in August, County Commissioner, District 5.
There's so many 2-minute jokes I could make, but that wouldn't be proper, so I won't do it. Jose, you've been here before. Here we go. Pashoko.
Good evening, Morrow County voters. Thank you very much, guys, to come over and listen to us. Thank you, Hometown, for this wonderful event. My name is Jose Pichot. I'm running for the County Commission District 5. The media and my opponent tagged me as a perennial candidate because I run for different positions before. I'm going to tell you why I'm a perennial candidate. Because, first one, I can. I live in the United States of America, the land of the free and the home of the brave. And the guys wrote the Constitution of this country, given the opportunity to run for anything else I want, anytime I want. And I try to make a difference. I live in my community for over 30 years. And me and my wife, with a very hard work, we were able to raise a family of 3 kids in Key Largo. It's hard, but I'm a regular person. Like the guys wrote our Constitution wants to be run for positions. Regular people from the street like you and I. They don't expect to have a stagnant career politicians like we have today. All the way from Washington, D.C. to here to the Keys. You see how dysfunctional government is. It's because we have these people, they know everybody else, they know everywhere, but action doesn't be coming. If you elect me, I promise to you, I'm gonna look for our daily basis problem, like the affordable housing, our traffic, our coral reefs. The sea level rise is not one of my biggest issue. What can we do? I know the old politicians like to talk about that because it's billions of dollars they're asking for. We have a few streets in the Keys flood all the time. We don't need billions of dollars to fix that. A few $1 million we can do it. I appreciate if you can vote for me in August, and God bless the people of Ukraine. God bless you all. God bless the United States of America.
Thank you, Jose. Anybody else running for that seat? Let's move down the Keys. David Rice. He is an incumbent. While David's coming up, for those of you in the Great White North, a few little chickens just walked up here on the stage. They don't have that up here.
Well, they'll think it was chickens, actually. Thank you for having us here this evening. This is always a great event.
I'm David Rice. I'm on the county commission. I know so many of you. I'm currently mayor of Monroe County, and I'd be happy to give that up at the end of this year, but I'd like to stay on the commission. This is undoubtedly one of the neatest places in this country to live. I think most of us agree with that. Mary and I moved here almost 50 years ago today, and we've seen it change over the years. Incredible change. It's happened slowly, but it's happened on a steady basis. Today, the Keys, I believe, are changing faster per month, per year, than any time I have ever seen. Our cost of housing is escalating. For those of us who own a home, that's a wonderful thing, except when they want you to sell it, where are you going to go? You can't live in the Keys and live somewhere else and be happy. You just can't. So thank you for being here tonight. We have many huge issues in front of us in Monroe County. Affordable housing, you heard them mentioned tonight. I'm not going to go with them again. Todd doesn't give me enough time to go into issues, and there'll be plenty of time in the campaign. But know this, I will be there for you. I love this place, and I take it very seriously. Thank you so kindly. David Rice, District 4.
Thank you, David. David has an announced opponent. Tom Raffanello, is he here?
No, he withdrew.
Oh, he withdrew? All right, well, right now he does not have an announced opponent. Is there anybody that would like to run against David? Well then, Sylvia. Come on up, Sylvia. Moving down the Keys, Michelle Coldiron. Michelle, here she is. And before Michelle comes up, I see Richard Hatch over on the side. He's not going to run for anything, but we're in his establishment here, Salute on the Beach. And Richard has been a partner of ours almost as long as we've been doing this. And all these adult beverages you have to pay for, but the food we pay for. And Richard does a great job. And I think he probably sacrifices a lot to empty his restaurant for these hours. So thank you, Richard. And with that, Michelle's getting grabby with the microphone. You got it.
Woo! Hi, everybody. It is so nice to be here at Hometown. My name is Michelle Coldiron. I am currently finishing up my first term as a county commissioner for District 2. Last year, I was the mayor. Prior to that, I was a Marathon City Councilwoman for 3 years. Prior to that, I worked for the state of Florida as a guardian ad litem, representing children who've been abused, abandoned, and neglected. I have absolutely enjoyed being a county commissioner. It has been such an honor, and I want to thank you all for giving me this opportunity and to now announce that I'm running for County Commissioner District 2 again. And I have to tell you, I sat down at my desk to draft a speech, and I pulled up my notes from 4 years ago, and I wanted to see what were my reasons to choose to be a county commissioner then. And I noticed they're exactly the same as they are now. I want Monroe County to be the best place to live, to work, to run a business, to raise a family, or to come on vacation. And we do that by balancing the needs of our community with our tourist-driven economy. I have made it a priority while being an elected county commissioner to have effective communication skills and listening skills and collaborating with other municipalities, because I feel that we're a unique chain of island of keys, but we all have to work together. So if you would elect me to run again to be your county commissioner, I will continue to work on protecting our environment, on making our community resilient, and by protecting the rights of our community members. So again, Michelle Coldiron, County Commissioner, District 2, because our future matters. Thank you.
Thank you, Michelle. Is there anybody interested in running for Michelle's seat? All right, now we have an interesting one, and something unique this year. For the first time, we believe in history, there's 4 county commission seats up at one time, 4 out of 5. So you could see a seat change in the county commission. But we have one open seat, And we have one registered candidate, that is Mr. Jim Scholl, who's around here somewhere. There he is. Come on up, Jim. Tell us about yourself. Don't be nervous.
I want me to tell them about myself. It'll take more than 2 minutes. Todd, thanks you and Hometown PAC. You know, this is the true local face of politics, and Todd's been doing this for years, and he does a great job, and he's a friend, and I appreciate the opportunity to be here. Yeah, officially today, I did pre-register for the District 3 seat, which is all the way down at the west end of the county. So Old Town, Key West. I've lived down there for the last 4 years. I lived in Monroe County for the last 19 years. My first 3 years here, I was the commanding officer of Naval Air Station Key West, which has property in Key West and, of course, in Monroe County. I've had a great working relationship with all of the elected and organization staffs, whether they're government staffs or organizations or non-government entities down here from day one. And obviously, after the Navy career, when I retired in 2006, a year later I was hired to be the Key West City Manager and had the opportunity to do that twice. So 10 years as the city manager down here, and did a lot of good things, and again, kept working the networking and the relationships with all the other organizations, because not any one organization down here can do it all. We all work together, whether it's the government entities at the local level, the state level, or the federal level. It takes a real cooperative effort to get things done. And some things can get done quickly and some things not so much. But quality of life, our environment, and the economy down here, those 3 pillars is what makes the Florida Keys work. And it's a great place to be, and that's why we make it our home, and I'd like to continue to serve. So come this election cycle, if another candidate comes up as a Republican candidate for District 3, there will be a primary, but if not, I'd certainly appreciate your vote in November. So thank you very much for allowing me to speak.
Thank you, Jim. Now, Jim does have one candidate that's here, I know, Chris Masticott. Come on up, Chris. Welcome, Chris.
Hey, everyone. My name... I'm going to wait for the helicopter to fly over. But while I'm going to get the time, my name is Christopher Masticott. I'm just about to celebrate 5 years in Key West. I love it here. I love this community. I plan to stay here for a very long time. I am absolutely thrilled to see that Mr. Scholl is running for County Commissioner District 3, because currently this seat is completely empty. The governor, Eddie Martinez, resigned 90 days ago. We all know Eddie Martinez. That was a whole mistake. But the governor hasn't bothered to appoint anybody because he's too busy up in Tallahassee overriding our own votes here in the Keys and making it until some little girl has to wait until she's in 4th grade to talk about the fact that she has 2 mommies, while we just sit here and have no representation on the on the county commission. Well, we're here looking to change that. Currently, you have to live in your district unless your name is Eddie Martinez. But the entire county votes for you. And we just heard from 3 different candidates, incumbents, and nobody's running against them. Why is that? It's because it's so hard to run in 126 miles up and down Monroe County, and nobody wants to bother to do that. So I'm here asking, we're circulating petitions. Keys Regional Election Protection is circulating petitions to place a referendum on the ballot to make Monroe County single-member districts for county commissioner. Thank you. If you support this, we have volunteers out here wearing shirts just like mine that say local control. Let's return control back to the locals and ensure that you are fairly represented. Thank you.
Seemed to have touched a nerve there. Anybody else looking to run for this open seat? All right, well, let's move on to school board. And one of the big questions of the night, I'm going to bring up incumbent Bobby Highsmith.
All right, Bobby.
And the question is he running or not? So we will know officially, well, maybe, I don't know. Bobby. It's all yours.
Thank you, Todd. Thank you all. It's been a distinct honor and privilege to be your Monroe County School Board representative of District 1 for the past 2 terms. I am not seeking re-election. I've just got a lot going on in my life right now. I'm not nearly as smart as I think I am, and so I want to open this seat up for fresh ideas, fresh energy. I've talked to Darren Horan about it, and I'm really excited about his candidacy. I haven't had a chance to meet Ms. Brown yet, but I'd be interested to hear what she has to say. But it's been a real honor to be on this school board. And the one thing that I want to communicate to all of you folks is that Republican or Democrat, conservative or liberal, the single most important thing that we as a nation can do is support our public education system, because that is truly our future. And so I really applaud all of my members, my fellow members in the Monroe County School Board. I'm very, very proud of this school district. I'm a product of the district. My kids are in it. I want to see it continue, and I know that it will. But I ask all of you to please continue to support the Monroe County School District as strongly as you have. We have some tax initiatives coming up. We're not sure exactly when those are going to be on the next ballot, but they will be. But please continue to support Monroe County Schools. Thank you all very much for the opportunity to have served you for the past 3 years.
Thank you, Bobby. Thank you for your service. Well, we do have 2 announced opponents, or announced candidates for Bobby's now open seat. I'll bring up Gabriella. Come on up. And remember, everybody, some of the people you've seen tonight have done this 1,000 times. Part of the reason we do this are people that haven't done it a lot of times. So be gentle.
I'm nervous. Hi, I'm Gabrielle Brown. I'm running for School Board District 1. I'm a widow, a mother, a grandmother, and a foster mother. I was born and raised in Key West, and I know how truly blessed I am to live in the best place in the world. I've been a bookkeeper for over 20 years, mostly in the construction industry. As a middle-class renter, I understand very well the plight of the average citizen, especially regarding the housing crisis. I'm running for school board because I love my community. I'm passionate about children and their education, which is why I became a foster mom. And with my background in business, I'm a perfect fit for the job. I'm excited about this election and this opportunity to serve. Thank you for your support. My name is Gabrielle Brown, and God bless.
Great job for a first time, Gabrielle. Great job for any amount of time. So. Darren Horan. There you go, Darren.
All right, good evening, everyone. How you all doing? As Todd said, I'm Darren Horan. I am a 6th-generation conch, born and raised here in Key West. I am matriculated through the Monroe County school system. My wife, Jessica, who's around here, she is also a graduate of Key West High School. I want to thank Bobby Highsmith, first of all, before I get started, because I can only imagine what the school board went through in the last 2 years. And with John, Mindy, Sue, Andy, and Bobby, high praise, because you didn't make it in national media, so that's a good thing. All right, so with that said, a little bit about me. Like I said, I was born and raised in Key West. I am a partner in Horan Law. My business partner, my father, is David Paul Horan. Luckily, he has not been involved in politics, because that would be a disaster. Thank you for agreeing. I also co-own several restaurants in Key West, La Trattoria, Benihana, and a catering company called Catered Affairs of Key West. And you know what? None of that makes me qualified to be on the school board. You know what does? This little girl right here. This is my middle child, Audrey. She attends Point Siena Elementary, and I have another child out there who has just turned 4 in October, so she's not quite school ready yet. But I also have a 20-year-old, might be 21-year-old, who graduated at the height of the pandemic. Now, watching her try to go through her senior year in a pandemic was almost impossible, as any parent could imagine. But she made it through. She's now celebrating 2 years later, but she's doing well at Georgia Tech. That being said, the reason I'm running for school board, like I said, is my daughter, but I believe you have to have skin in this game. My kids are currently in school. I believe that if you're going to make a decision on a school board, it has to follow you home. You have to live with that decision. You can't just leave a board meeting and go, oh, well, 2 more weeks we'll make another decision. When I make a decision, it's going to have a direct impact on her and my friends, kids, and everybody else. So I appreciate a chance to run for school board. I look forward to talking with you about any issue, and thanks for listening.
Thanks, Darren. Anyone else looking to run for Bobby Highsmith's open seat? Let's move up the keys a bit. John Dick. John is up for election. He has been on the school board for a year or two. Now he's here. Oh, there he is. Hey, John. Come on up.
I got extra time.
No, you do not get extra time.
Good evening, everyone. Thank you for being here. I'm John Dick. I've been on the school board a few times, but nowhere near as long as Andy Griffith, so it's okay. You know, I think about what I'm going to say when I get up here. I've said things over the years when I've been here and said what I'm going to do, and I feel confident that I did all the things I said I'm going to do. So I will just say we'll continue. You know, we had some rough years with this COVID and with all the craziness about it. I think I personally bring some real common sense to the board on how do we deal with that. We don't let crazies grow one way or another, and you know, anytime you have a pandemic and politics is trying to drive the decision making, that's ridiculous. So I bring common sense to it, and I'll continue to do that. And we'll continue with the building that we've done and keep an eye on your funds, because I treat your funds like they're my funds. And I'm going to treat, because I know time is money, so I'm going to relinquish the rest of my time to the rest of the candidates. Thank you all very much.
Thank you, John. We all appreciate it. Is there anybody looking to run for John's seat? Well, it's not really his seat, the seat he occupies. So. Okay, we're going to move up the keys even farther. The incumbent is Sue Woltansky. Sue, come on up, Sue. There you go.
Good evening, everyone. I'm really happy to be here. My name is Sue Woltansky, and I'm your current District 5 school board member. I'm a retired pediatrician, and I have 2 kids in the public school system. Well, my daughter graduated last year from Coral Shores, and my son is a sophomore at Coral Shores now. We bought a home in Tavernier in 1999, and God, I don't know why I'm so nervous here today. I'm so sorry. We moved here full-time so my daughter could start kindergarten at PKS in 2008. Immediately, I began volunteering in the classrooms. I joined school advisory councils. I served on the Ocean Studies Charter School Board, and I was appointed to district-wide committees. I started a grassroots campaign to minimize the amount of standardized testing in our schools. And that took me to Tallahassee, where I worked with other public education advocates to fight for our public schools, basically. When my advocacy, I'm so sorry. I became the go-to person in the Upper Keys for everything education. And in fact, when I ran the last time, a lot of people thought I was already on the school board. So I'm running because I think we need high-quality, safe public schools for all the kids in the Keys. Since I've been on the board, we've raised graduation rates. We have increased services for our struggling kids. And we've expanded career and technical programs so that our kids have the skills they need to be successful in our Keys economy. Our schools are good, but they can be better. We need to spend less time preparing kids for tests and more time preparing them for life. We need to encourage more art, music, field trips, the things that engage kids in school and make learning fun. And we need to work together for our kids. I'm proud to be part of this community which overwhelmingly supports our schools. My only agenda is to ensure that high-quality public schools continue to exist for our kids and our grandkids. Please re-elect me, Sue Woltansky, District 5. I'm the local voice for our public school kids. Thanks.
Thanks, Sue. It's okay. Sometimes 2 minutes with me has that effect on people. Next up, she has an opponent, Alexandria Suarez. Alexandria, 2 minutes.
Thank you, hometown. Good evening, everybody. I'm Alexandria Suarez. I'm running for school board for Monroe County for my community in Key Largo. And here's a few things you should know about me. So I was a teacher for over 10 years. I worked in public sector, I worked in the private sector, public schools and private schools. I'm a mother of 6. Our youngest is still in high school. So I understand that parental involvement is very important for student success, and parents deserve a voice, regardless of whether you choose public school or private school for your child, or charter school, or whatever fits what your child needs for education. Unfortunately, I couldn't afford to stay a teacher with my kids, so I'm the perfect example of when you cannot retain teachers. So I'm running for school board. Besides the fact that being a mother and that I'm a former teacher, we need to have a school board that can work together and understands that we need not only to recruit good teachers, we need to be able to retain them in Monroe County. So I was in the healthcare sector when I left teaching, and I was in pediatrics and psychiatry. And equally important to me on the school board is to make sure that our children, every student, has safety and mental well-being, which is very important, especially after everything we've been through in the last 2 years. And finally, I now serve as prosecutor in the Upper Keys. So I support law enforcement to keep the streets safe, and I support Fish and Wildlife to make sure that our marine resources and environment also is protected. What I offer to you for the school board is all of the knowledge and all of the experience that I have acquired to make sure that our students know what to think, not how to think. I'm sorry, know how to think, not what to think. You know, I'm almost the last on the list. So students need to learn how to think, not what to think. I believe strongly in the 10 years I was a teacher, not one student knew what political affiliation I was. That's not the job on the school board. On school board, we manage the budget, and we determine what programs we need to sponsor to foster our students, our teachers, and our parents. So I'm asking for your vote August 23rd for school board, because I feel it's important that we need to make sure that the politics is put aside and we let our children go through their childhood and their education the way it should always have been. Thank you.
Thank you, Alexandra. Sometimes 2 minutes seems longer because it is. But, all right, switching gears. Well, is there anybody else that's looking to run for, I think it's District 5 for school board? Right, we're moving. We're in the home stretch now. Now we're getting really local. We're going to start with, because she always has to go last, we're going to do Key West Mayor before the commission. So I'll bring up your, and I see 3 former mayor candidates. I got the old mayor in the background. There's a lot of mayoral energy going here. So Terry Johnson. Terry, where are you?
Thank you, everyone. And I just want to take a moment to thank Hometown, because they have been our defender of democracy here in Monroe County for the last 18 years. And don't they do a fabulous job? You know, I look out in the crowd and I know most of your faces, but for those of you that I have not met, my name is Terry Johnston and I'm the mayor of Key West. Over 14 months ago, I made the decision to file to run for my third 2-year term as mayor with your support. Over the past 4 years, we have accomplished many, many things, and we've had a great many firsts for the city of Key West. But nothing is more important than the first female city manager that we hired this year in the 200-year history of Key West. On my next term, what I'm going to focus on is hardening Key West to the effects of sea level rise. You've heard many speakers talk about it before, but sea level rise doesn't wait for anyone, and it certainly isn't waiting for Key West. In fact, it's progressing faster than what we thought it was originally. So I'm going to take some bold moves in order to protect this island. We are also going to take a look, you've heard workforce housing over and over and over again tonight. In the years 2023 and 24, we will have completed 230 units of workforce housing with another 200 in the pipeline, but that's still not enough. We are also going to realize the fact that many of our employees cannot afford to live in the city of Key West, so they're going to be living up the Keys. And to accommodate them, we need to create a world-class transportation system, and to me that means free and frequent to get them into Key West and out of Key West without a car. You notice that I haven't mentioned the word COVID tonight, but I will, because I really think it's in our rearview mirror now. But as many cities struggle trying to recover from COVID, Key West is in a very, very different situation. We are actually thriving. We are having a record year in 2022. Our sales tax revenue is up, our bed tax revenue is up, our general sales numbers are up, and our parking numbers are up. We are having a record year in the city of Key West, and it is going to continue. And your time is up? Okay. All right. Well, I'm gonna close this out then. I've made you promises over the last 4 years, and I've kept every one of those promises. And I've done it in 2 of the most challenging years that I hope we never have to go through again. So I'm asking you on August 23rd, please put me back into office to work for you and for a better Key West. And I thank you so much tonight. Thank you.
Thank you, Terry. I want to bring up Michelle Mickey Thompson. Again, I think this may be her first time doing this. It is in Key West, I know, so take your time. You have plenty of time.
Hi, everybody. My name is Michelle Jackson, or Mickey. This is my first time giving a political speech. I had a 7-minute one, but let's try to make it 2 minutes. So I am not a career politician. I am somebody from Key West that has been in the service industry. I've had the same problems a lot of people face of finding affordable housing. One of my main plans is to try to implement a tax incentive for property owners to make their rentals workplace rentals that are affordable. Another thing that we need to focus on is our city-owned assets being readily available to the public. Places such as our dinghy docks, our public restrooms. Our city is ever growing, and we need to expand with this, not make it smaller like we are currently doing. We also need to focus on our business growth and sustainability. We need to try to help our businesses rather than tax them. We have an impact fee that makes no sense. Why do we charge so much for seats in a business that's just starting out here? When this place is coming in to help our community, to employ our people, we shouldn't be taxing them more when they need the money the most right then when they're first opening up. So these are just a few of my points. I had to briefly try to squeeze into 2 minutes. If you want to know more about some of the plans I want to put in place, please see me afterward. You can find some of my information on Mickey for Mayor on any social media website, or email me directly on my Gmail. Again, my name is Michelle Jackson. I go by Mickey. Thank you guys so much for listening to me.
Thank you, Mickey. That was great. That's what she just did is what this event is all about. Is there anybody else looking to run for mayor? Anybody that interesting table over there? Or Gary Santanzi, you still out there? Let's move down to City Commission then. I see Greg Davila right here. Come on up, Greg. We're almost done, everyone. We've really run through this pretty well. Greg, 2 minutes.
Thank you, Don. Yeah, my name is Greg Davila. I'm your current City Commissioner for District 4. But before I start, I want to thank Hometown, and I see some of the Hometown people were out. I saw Carol out there for putting this event on and all the other events that they put on. This really is vital to good government, and I really do appreciate them doing this and you guys being here and listening to a bunch of politicians, I guess. So when I ran 4 years ago, my friends would ask me, why are you doing this? And now they ask me, knowing what you now know, why are you still doing this? And my answer is the same, and it may sound corny, but my answer is that I love this place, and I love this community. And I think it's an honor to serve this community and work for you. Now, I think our commission has had several challenges over the last 4 years, COVID being in the forefront. But at this point, hopefully, let's cross our fingers that it's behind us now, and I'd like to look forward and move forward to our community needs, our residents' needs, and I would like to focus again on our quality of life issues. So, again, I would ask you for your continued support, and if you would honor me with the opportunity to serve you, I would appreciate it. Again, Greg Davila, City Commission, District 4. Thank you.
Thank you, Greg. Anybody looking to run for the seat that Greg occupies? All right. One little thing. Could one of you guys kick the chickens? There's chickens behind the stage. It's driving me crazy. So I promised Mary Lou she wouldn't be last. So Mary Lou Hoover, would you come up? You're going to be second to last. Mary Lou, where are you? There she comes. While Mary Lou's coming up, remember, I think I said we're a volunteer organization. Oh, and thank you to Derek DeBoer, who's been our video guy tonight. Very quiet in the corner here, but usually my phone blows up that the audio sucks. I can't see anything, blah, blah. I haven't had anything tonight, so evidently it's working. So, donate to Hometown out front. Mary Lou, you're second to last. Come on up.
Good evening, everyone. I'm Mary Lou Hoover. I'm the City Commissioner for District 5, something that I've enjoyed for the last 3.5 years, and I do plan on running for re-election. I'd like to say, first of all, that since some of you don't know me, I was born and raised in St. Louis, Missouri, got here in 2001, ended up meeting my wonderful husband, Charlie Waite, who I know you all know. We have 3 wonderful children between us. I've worked on several nonprofit boards down here, including the Key West Business Guild, as well as Helpline. I've also started the group a lot of you ladies out there know about called Girls Night Out, which brought a bunch of us, almost 1,700 together now. Thank you. As my time on the commission is sort of an interesting one, if you think about the past 3.5 years, COVID right in the middle. We've had some difficult issues to get through. We're working through them. I'm really excited with the staff that we have and how hard they have worked through all of this. I looked out my slate of things that I was working on the first time around. And it's interesting because it was affordable housing, sea level rise, paving of our streets and fixing our sidewalks, cleanliness. Those sound all way too familiar, I'm sure. But the good news is that we now have a strategic plan. So we're actually making progress on all of them. Going forward, I want to see this community come back together. We had a little bit of a rough patch this year, and something that I had never experienced really before in Key West. So I'm hoping that we're going to bring everybody back together. We're going to make the kinds of decisions and compromises we need to get on to the next thing. And I want to be your commissioner again, so I'm asking for your vote. And I also need to thank, first of all, our hosts, Hometown PAC, thank you, Todd, and all of your people that work with you, for Salute for hosting us yet again. My campaign team, which you cannot beat, by the way. And I also want to remind you to please tip your waiters and waitresses and the bartenders tonight. Thank you.
Thanks, Mary Lou. Anybody running for the seat Mary Lou holds? All right. Before I say it's the very last one, did I miss any races? Is there anybody that wants to speak on any race? All right, Sam, come on up. Sam Kaufman.
Hey, everybody. You know, we have the best hometown in America. Who agrees? Key West. Wherever I go in the country, my wife makes fun of me. I always say, you know, this town's nice, but Key West has it all. You all should move to Key West. I tell everybody that. I love Key West so much, and I know all of you love Key West. First of all, let's give it up for Richard Hatch and the staff. Let them hear you in the kitchen, okay? You know, the folks in the kitchen, the people in the kitchen, and all the kitchens in Key West, that's what makes Key West work. Think about it. What makes Key West work? Those people working in the hospitality places, right? In the hotels and the motels, in these kitchens. Lots of those people live in District 2. When I'm on the dais, I'm thinking about those people because this is District 2. It's the best district, by the way. So you're all invited to join us. And all 6 of you, I see you, Mr. Rossi, there. I see the Cranes. I see there's only 1,843 voters in District 2, but we have the best district. We have to get serious about affordable housing with specifics, and we will do that. In the next 4 years, we have to do that. We have to address Stadium Trailer Park. Who's with me? We have to address Stadium Trailer Park. 1,800 people live there. What happens if that trailer park gets sold? We are done for. We're going to do it together, right? Yes. We're going to support the redevelopment of Stadium Trailer Park for the people. Yes. Not for wealthy people coming from New York City, or where I was born in New York City, nothing against people in New York City, but from the north. What else are we going to do? We have to address B-Pass. We don't have any more B-Pass. What are we going to do? We have to get with the Housing Authority. We have to redevelop all the properties at the Housing Authority to address B-Pass. It's the way to go. We have to do it. Why? Because we don't have any more way to develop land. Okay, there's a lot of other things we got to do. What else we got to do? We're going to support the liveaboards. The liveaboards. Who wants to support the liveaboards? Yeah. Okay, we got to do this together. We can stick together. We got to remain positive. Thank you, everybody.
Yeah. Thank you, Sam. I'll say last call. Anybody lose their mind, want to run for office? Okay, we will see you the day of qualifying. Thank you, everyone. Have a great night. Stay here. Richard says 50% off for all hometown members.
Join Hometown.
Join hometown. Go to the front. Give us money. We need it. Thank you.